So in Holy Family here, we have a TV, but we don't actually have TV channels, so we don't have much entertainment in that way. So we watch people instead, which is way more fun. I remember one particular evening I was in town, and it was Valentine's night. And one of the funniest things to do is to go to McDonald's on Valentine's night, because you've got all the lads there. They're like, oh, lads, burgers. Oh, lads, look, big drinks. You've all the girls going, I can't believe he brought me here on Valentine's night. So they're all there miserable. All the lads are just delighted, chomping into their food. It's very, very interesting. It's a lot of fun to watch. The Lord in the Gospel today, he speaks about love and friendship. And I think both of these words are very easily misunderstood in today's world. We've spoken about this before, where love today can mean all sorts of things. Love today, generally speaking, is reduced to an emotion. So it's a feeling. Once you feel good, then once we feel happy together, once we feel that there's kind of a connection, like you complete me and stuff, then everything is good. And then once that feeling goes, then there's no more love. That's not how God sees love at all. Firstly, God is love, so where love is present, there's something divine. There's like a spark of the divine there. You know, there's a unity that God wishes to bring people together, which obviously then means this isn't only a sexual thing, obviously, because there are many different forms of love, many different forms of relationship that are not all are intimate in that way. So this is my commandment, love one another. And what is great and very, very necessary is that the Lord qualifies twice what that means. So he says, love one another as I have loved you. As I have loved you. So how did the Lord love us? Well, the Lord loved us not in an intimate way, a sexually intimate way, obviously. No, sorry that I have to actually say that, but he loves us, though, in a completely self-giving way. So his love is real, it's intense, it's divine, it's perfect, and it's selfless. So love one another as I have loved you. Then he goes on to clarify again, a man can have no greater love than to do what? Than to feel lots of happy feelings for the other person. A man can have no greater love than to buy gifts for his beloved. A man can have no greater love than to be nice and to like the posts of the other. Like, it's not what it says. You know, a man can have no greater love than to lay down his life, which means self-sacrifice. And that's the difference. And that's what's often so missing in today's relationships, also when it comes to kind of romantic relationships. This idea of this reality, this need for self-sacrifice in a loving relationship. I love you so much, I sacrifice myself for you. I offer myself for you. And this is it's like the polar opposite of what modern culture would say. Modern culture would say, if you have a desire, fulfill it. That's what makes you happy. You have a hunger, satisfy it. You have a thirst, satisfy it. You have any sort of a kind of a sexual desire, fulfill it, and that's it. That's what makes you happy, isn't it? You just do what you want. You're free, isn't it? That's how it all works, right? But practical experience shows that that's not the case. That it's not the case. That simply doing whatever you want makes you happy. Simply doing whatever you want makes you an addict. You know, because you got attached to these things, but then we never learn the higher order of things. We're not just beings that are here to satisfy our desires or even our base desires, but we're called to go beyond them and renounce ourselves in favor of a greater good. So, as a parent, you renounce sleep in favor of your child. I have a sister and brother-in-law at the moment who haven't slept in about 2 years. They have the cutest little daughters, but one of them is cute out and refuses to sleep. Daddy? And so then Dad will sleep on the floor beside the cot in case she wakes up. But then she wakes up, she just kind of stands there at the cot, looks over and goes, Daddy. 2 o'clock in the morning, like, you know. And he has to work a full day the following day, like, absolutely wrecked, the two of them. They're wrecked. She's 2. So she's probably teething now as well and things. So it's like they're exhausted, the two of them. But they're reaching above these like base desires, normal desires for sleep and food and rest and whatever. And now I love you so much, I sacrifice sleep for you. You know, so that this is beyond these kind of, as I say, the culture of the world, which will say, satisfy your desires and then you're happy. It's just not true. It's just not true. So man can have no greater love than to lay down his life, to sacrifice himself. And this is hard. This is hard. But that's what the whole kind of dating process should teach a person as well. Like on a first date, you see the absolute best in a person. Okay? Hopefully they turn up well dressed. Hopefully they've showered. And for the fella, he's put the hair down and kind of gotten rid of the dirt from under the nails. And then hopefully he doesn't order spaghetti. He orders some sort of a food that you can eat with decency. And you see the best of the person. They're all friendly and it's all great. Okay, good. That's easy. That's easy. A little further into the relationship then, they're going to be kind of the rocky patches where you start to see the person's flaws, they start to see yours. And then, is this relationship something that we want to pursue? Can I deal with the limitations of the other person, and can they deal with mine? Do I see my own? And then, hopefully, coming through that, then you've got the engagement and marriage and so on and so forth. And then that's it, then you're in it for the long haul. Can this person then deal with the difficulties that life is going to throw at us? Financial concerns, health concerns, maybe losing a child every now and again. These are very, very difficult things that happen, often very, very hidden in a marriage. Can we walk together through these difficulties, together, as a couple? A man can have no greater love than to lay down his life for his friends. And what's interesting, I was reading this morning, is that this is what we do. This is what should happen in married life, that these two people walk together towards heaven, that these two people help each other get to God. They in some way, through their lives, through their self-sacrifice, should reveal who God is to the other and bring out the best in the other. So this married couple are supposed to lead each other to God. And in a way, isn't that what authentic friendship is supposed to do as well? Authentic friendship, because I care about a person, because I love a person, I want them to get to God. I want them to be happy. I want them to know that the heart of their Father. So then this kind of, if you will, a kind of a married love and a deep friendship, they have an awful lot in common, an awful lot more than we think, in God's eyes. He elevates friendship maybe much higher than we're used to thinking about it in modern society. Where in modern society, like on Facebook, you've got friends, who most of whom you never even talk to, never mind actually sacrifice yourself for. So God elevates friendship much higher maybe than we're used to, and we're used to thinking about it. And friendship is what? Friendship is a relationship of love, in which, yes, I sacrifice myself for love of the other, to elevate them, to bring them to God. So today we ask the good Lord to teach us how to walk with one another as friends. Teach us how to have good friendships that lead us to the heart of the Father. Teach us to have friendships where we can also practice self-sacrifice. For a man can have no greater love than to lay down his life for his friends. And you are my friends.